Hello everybody,
I hope you're having a lovely day, afternoon or evening, wherever you are. So I had a reasonably good childhood, and I actually moved house in 2016, and I've been thinking about I've been thinking about my old house recently, and I just wanted to share some experiences I had with I just wanted to share some experiences with you that I had growing up. So I'm going to talk about my old house, my mates that I used to hang around with, TV shows that I used to watch, and basically how those TV shows aren't really the same anymore. Now, I moved in, so the house that I lived in before this house, I pretty much lived in all my life because my parents moved when I was born, I think. So, and there was a lot of kids on the street, so I had plenty of people to hang around with. And honestly, they were the best bunch of kids that I could have ever known, to be honest. Yes, we did have our arguments and disagreements and stuff like that, but that was, we made up a couple of days later or a few hours later, really. Best experiences I've got with those guys is inviting them into my house or going into their house or someone else's house. Basically to binge play Mario Kart on the Wii, or Mario Galaxy 2, for example. Yes, and two girls on the street even suggested that we make a Mario club, a Mario fan club, and at the time it was a good idea. But, no, the club was a good idea, but I had an obsession with Yoshi at the time, and I suggested we call it the Mario Fan Club or something like that, and then one of the girls suggested that we call it the the Yoshi Bang Club, I think. But looking back, I just didn't really see I don't really see the logic behind it, but nevertheless, it was such a funny and fun thing to do, because we'd literally play Mario hours on end. But we didn't only play Mario, we played this game called Reilly 123. I was terrible at it. I was absolutely shocking. So basically you had so it was basically like hide and seek, but what you had to do, you had to get back to base before the person finding you finds you, basically. So if you get back to the post without the person being on realising and say Reilly 123 in, you were safe. But you could easily say Reilly 1. So say if someone had got caught, you could say Reilly 123 release him, or if multiple people had got caught, you'd say Reilly 123 release all, which meant the person who was on that round would be on again. And I really enjoyed that game. Looking back, it was such a fun game to play, and as we got older, we just played it less, and I really wish we didn't. As consoles came out more, the 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, and things like that, we just played out less. But we'd go through phases of playing out. Like we'd play out, we'd play outside for about a month and a half, and then all of a sudden we'd just stop. And I really don't know why that is, because they may not realise this, but everyone who lived on that street, I really miss them. I have tried to get in contact with them on multiple occasions. Well, I've tried to get in contact with some of them on multiple occasions, and someone else moved off the street as well, and they promised that they'd keep in touch, but honestly, I had to text them instead of them texting me, and I think they moved 3 years before I did. So Christmas last year was the first time I'd spoken to a girl who lived on the street in about 5 years, I think, something like that. But yeah, so moral of this segment is cherish the memories that you've got, or just make the most of your childhood, seriously, because it will go by in a flash. And don't take for granted the games that you play. Like, obviously, so, you know, this generation have grown up with consoles instead of grown up playing out. You know, getting sent out at 9 o'clock in the morning, or like basically the way you figure out you need to go in is when the street lights go on. That meant you've got to come in now. Sometimes our parents did let us play out past the street lights because we lived on a cul-de-sac, so so it was my house, mate's house, and there was a little lamp. There was a lamp post, and my parents could see me. The girls' parents could see me, and my mate's parents. Well, one of our mates lived on the street just above us. No, not above us. That sounds weird. He lived down the road, but his parents didn't mind because he knew who he was with. So his parents really didn't mind that he was playing out so late. And like we do this thing where we obviously now you've got iTunes and Spotify and things like that, but when I was young you had to send file songs to each other. Like, you'd get a phone, like 2 phones, and hold them together like that, you know, to transfer the song file over. So obviously at the time that was a bit daft, but looking back it was so funny. And like the TV shows that we used to watch as well, like actually I don't think we didn't really watch TV, it was just films like Shrek, like DreamWorks, Pixar, all that jazz, pretty much. But honestly, I really miss those guys. I am going to try and get in contact with them because they was such a lovely bunch of people. So seriously, just cherish who you grow up with, because certain circumstances can involve you just not speaking to them, or not even seeing them anymore. So okay, so on that basis, I had a great childhood, and the TV shows that I used to watch aren't really the same anymore. Like, I heard a few months ago that Thomas the Tank Engine, like, I know this, the last time I watched Thomas the Tank Engine I was like 5. He's going into space now, apparently. And like, what the hell? And TV shows just aren't the same anymore, because I remember this show called Prank Patrol. Brilliant. Bloody Barney Harewood and his ninjas. They just don't make TV shows like that anymore, and it sucks. It absolutely sucks. The TV shows that I used to watch were the best. I don't mean like the TV shows that I grew up with, let's put it that way. And adverts that I used to see, like 4 O'Clock Club, I think that's still on actually, but I never used to watch it. I just used to see adverts coming. Every time I'd come home from school and put CBBC on, I'd just see an advert for it. I used to watch this thing called 12 Again, which would it would show what celebrities were like when they were 12 years old, and it would do a multiple, like different celebrities, like I'm pretty sure you had Kiss on it, and I think Ariana Grande did it as well, I'm not sure. But seriously, growing up, I had an amazing childhood. So seriously, cherish your childhood. That is not going to be the title of the video, and that's not going to be some stupid hashtag either. Right, so thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate the like, and well, like the video if you enjoyed it. Let's put it that way. I don't want you to like it for no reason. And if you're new around here, please subscribe, and I will see you Friday at 4 PM. Bye.